Good day everyone, welcome to this video and welcome to this episode. This now is a unique episode because I now try to create a new building in Blender. As I told you in the last episodes, I'm not a genius in Blender, I'm a very beginner in Blender. So this video is now about how a completely beginner is using Blender, and I try to create a new and a very simple building, a low poly building, which will be an L-shaped building. In the original Transport Tycoon you could see a building which had an L shape, like the letter L, and I want to create a similar building now. So maybe I will do a lot of things which are funny, and that is because I'm not very familiar with Blender yet, but let's jump into this. As you see, I use version 2.79, which is a quite old version, and the reason why I use this I will tell you in another episode. But let's start. I'm deleting this, maybe this is a camera and this is a light, and I start with this little cube. I select this with the right mouse button, and sorry, I don't have these shortcut keys screen which a lot of people use, that which letters and which keyboards you press, those will be visible on the screen. I could not find this add-on for the 2.79 version, so I don't have these. So now I'm going to move this cube up to that horizon level. I press G and Z and I type in 1 and hit enter. OK. Now let's scale this cube. I hit S on the keyboard as scale, but I just want to scale it on X and the Y axis, so I hit X and type in 2 and hit enter. I hit S as scale again and hit Y and hit 2 again and hit enter. OK. Now I want to create an L shape, so I hit Control, no, I hit, no, not Control Tab. Okay, with Tab key I select between Object Mode and Edit Mode. This is a feature, this is a shortcut key which I already learned. So I'm now in Edit Mode, and with A I can select all and deselect all. With Control Tab I can choose which things I want to select, vertex, edge or face. I want to select face and I want to select this one. And I want to extrude this, so to make it longer, and I hit the E on the keyboard and I type in maybe 4, yes, and hit enter. I do this with this face also. I right click on this face and hit E and type in 4 and hit enter. So now we have our little L-shaped building maybe almost ready, but now I think these are 3 polygons or maybe 6 if they are two-sided, I don't really know. I hit the Control and the right mouse button, and now I have all of these selected and hit F on the keyboard, and now this is one single polygon, maybe, at least I hope so. I don't really need these bottom blocks, so I hit Ctrl and the right mouse button, and now I hit delete and delete faces. Okay, so we don't want these. We don't need these actually. Now I select this one and this one with the right mouse button and hit F again, and I do the same with these. Hit F. Okay, maybe now our little building is almost ready. I now would like to go back to the faux viewport, which maybe is Ctrl Alt and Q. Yes, it is. And I'd like to move this house to the center of this origo. So I would like to this point to be here. So I go back to object mode. Now the object is selected, and I hit G as maybe which moves around. I don't know why the shortcut key is G, and hit X and type in 2. No, it's not 2, it's -2. Okay, and hit enter. G, Y and -2. No, it's +2. No, G, Y, 2. G, Y, -2. Oh, something is G, Y, -2. No, so how? G, Y, and 2. I don't know why I can't move this in that opposite direction. G, Y, 2. Okay, now it's good. Enter. Okay, Ctrl, Alt, and Q, and now we are back in this viewport, and now our little house is maybe ready. I wanted to create something like this. I know maybe I'm ridiculous that I call this a low poly house, and that I'm happy about this, that I could create this, but I'm a completely beginner in Blender. So I'm happy that I could create this, but as I scale the object, I think that I somehow need to do something else. Now I am in object mode and have the object selected, and somehow I need to, and I don't know how to do this, so I will look up this in a browser. So now I'm back in Blender. I looked this up in a browser. So I scale the object, and now I have to apply the scale to this object. I hope I see it correctly, to make sure that the UV map will be fine. So I need to be in object mode, and I have the object selected, and I need to click or hit Ctrl A, and I need to apply the scale. Now it's done, and now I can create the UV map for this little object. So I'm going to here to this corner and open a new maybe window, or I don't know how to call this, little sub window, and click here and select UV image editor. Okay, now I'm here at the left side and go to edit mode, and now I have to create the UV maps, but first I have to mark these seams, so which mainly means where the imaginary texture will be cut. So I don't know if I say this correctly in English. So I Control Tab and select face, and I want all these faces, all these lines, these vertices, edges. So sorry, all these edges to be cut. So I click mark seam. Okay, now these turned red. And now I select edge, and I want to select now I think this one, mark seam, and I want to select this one also and hit mark seam. So okay, and now I hit A, and I have everything selected, and hit unwrap. I don't know which one to use, unwrap or Smart UV project. Maybe first let's try unwrap. Okay, I would say that for me this is fine. Oh, this is this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, this is fine. And beneath that are the other two sides, and of course this is the top one. Okay, this is now good for me. So, what is next? I have to export this to be able to create a texture maybe in Photoshop. I think I have to click UVs and export UV layout, and I will open that in Photoshop. And now comes the difficult part, because I'm not completely sure how to apply this texture. Of course, I did it a couple of times because I created some buildings which you saw in one of the earlier episodes, and you find the links in the descriptions. I created 3 or 4 or 5 different buildings, but it was always a mess because I could not really understand how to apply materials and how to view them in object mode or texture paint or texture mode, so it's always difficult for me, but maybe this video will help myself in the future when I look at this. So maybe I have to click here at the material or here at textures. And I have to click type of texture data and new and open. At least I hope so. And let's find this L-shape PSD and open image. Okay, I opened this image. And view as render, no. Fields, no. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Maybe I should click texture. And texture paint, no. I think I have to be in object mode and not solid, because this is solid. Material is, I don't know why this is black. Maybe it's black because I don't have any lights in the scene. Let's hit solid. And maybe let's open this L shape here at the UV map also. I don't know if I have to do this way, but now I did it this way. Now I see that texture on the right side, and if I'm in edit mode, I don't see this. Let's open it again. Now I see this, okay, and now I don't know what's going on here or how to create this. This is a material, okay. Add a new material. I don't want to add a new material. I think this is a texture, okay. And this is an image. And now I have to click texture. Okay, now I see a texture, but I select all the faces and now I hit texture. Why is that? Why is this only face visible? I should figure that out. What do I do wrong? I'm in object mode. I think I should be in object mode and not edit mode. And well, this is selected. Okay, now I select all the faces and load this again. Okay, maybe I should do this way. Now we see the texture. Okay, so as you see, I'm a beginner and I'm not sure that whether if I did this the right way, but now I'm happy that I see this texture on that little house. Now let's continue with the painting of this house. Let's jump back to Photoshop. And I'm not sure how to do this, so maybe I have to select all the faces in edit mode and then load the texture. I saw a lot of tutorials, but for some reason and somehow they use always different versions than I do, and yes, I know maybe I shouldn't use this old 2.79 version, but I will tell you in another episode why I use this, why I have to use this version. Of course, it's related with exporting data to 3ds format. But let's jump back to Photoshop. I think now it looks a little bit nicer. Maybe I should create some chimney-like objects to the top of this building. And now comes the difficult part, how to do that. So, create and start with the cube. Okay, that's great. Now, let's hit Z. No, not Z. Z is a wireframe, but this is now good that I see this. And I select this object and I move it around, hit G and Y. And hit G and X and Control Alt Q, and now I see that I want to put it here, but I also want to scale this, of course, down a little bit. So hit S and scale it down to this size and hit G and Z, so I move it up a little bit. So maybe this is not a chimney-like object, but maybe this will be just some boxes or some electric boxes. I don't really know how to call them. I move these to the edge of this house. And no, scale was right, SZ, and I'm not sure, GZ, sorry, I moved this up, and hit GZ, no, scale and Z, and I scale it down to this level, and now I am as this front and hit G and Z and I move this down to this point. Okay, now it hits the surface of that. It looks weird. It's too at the edge, too much at the edge. So let's hit the G and move it around here. Okay, and now let's add another cube, or let's copy this cube. I don't know how to copy this cube. I select this cube and I will have to look at this in the browser. So maybe I can do this with Shift D. Oh yes, I did it, and I hit Y, and now it goes in the Y axis. And now I hit S as scale and hit 0.7. Now it's smaller, okay, and hit GZ, I move it down, and hit GY and move it right. So, and let's see how this looks. So this is now some technical parts of the house. Maybe not a real chimney, but some little boxes. But let's add maybe a real chimney. I will Shift D, copy this window and hit Y, and maybe the chimney will be here, and hit scale and hit scale at Z, and yes, that's a chimney. maybe I move this on the x-axis and maybe the chimney will be here. So okay, maybe it's time to save this file because I did not save it yet. Hit Ctrl S and save it as F shape. No, this is not F shape, this is L shape. Save Blender file. Okay, now how do I add texture for these little objects also? Maybe I will just add some colors to this. So I select these three. Okay, and I have them selected and hit edit. No, I can edit only one by one. Okay, I added this and now I say unwrap. No, that was not great. Ctrl Z back, mark seam and smart UV and hit OK. But I can see now the texture. Maybe I shouldn't even see the texture, but I'm not sure why I can see the texture. By the way, let's select here texture mode. Okay, I'm at texture mode. I have selected this chimney. I hit edit mode, select the whole one and mark scene and use Smart UV project and hit OK. Okay, I have this all selected and let's do that I open up this L-shape PSD again. Okay, and now I select this whole chimney texture and hit S as scale and scale it down to 0.1 and move it around here because I only want to have a no, this is not correct because I forgot to apply the scales, which I forgot again, so I have to look it up again. Okay, it's Ctrl A, apply scale. Now I apply the scale, I hit this chimney again, tab to object mode, I mark seam and now unwrap, Smart UV project, hit OK. Now it's great. I hit scale, I scale it down and move it around here. Maybe we will we won't see anything from these textures, but maybe I add some different colors. But now I hit save and how do I export the UV layout again? Maybe chimney, I export it as chimney at D, export and let's now reload the texture. Fine, now we have this chimney texture which doesn't look very nice, but we will see this building from this far, so we won't see this building from very close. Let's do this with these boxes also. So I hit Ctrl A and apply scale and hit Ctrl A and apply scale and I jump to edit mode. I have the smaller one. I mark the whole seam and I hit Smart UV project, hit OK and I open the L shape again, select this and move it around here. and I export this UV layout as box 1, and let's reload. Okay, now we see the box, and let's do this with the other box also. Sorry, I'm here at marking seam. I hit Smart UV project and hit OK. For some reason I have to reload this image. I know I shouldn't do this, maybe I'm completely wrong, I know. So as you see, I'm not talented in Blender, so I mean I don't really know how to use Blender, but I still learn it. So this is a funny video how someone learns Blender. Let's see, this is box 2, and now let's open and let's jump back to Blender and hit reload. Okay, how do I... Okay, I added these two scenes, so maybe the object is ready. I am not sure. Maybe I should add some different texture colors or some shadings to this bottom part of the building, and maybe I should remove these black lines here also, and maybe I should move this chimney around because I think it would look much better maybe here. Yes, or G, Y, like here. Okay, now I save it and go back to Photoshop, save, and let's reload. Maybe it looks nice. Oh, there is something here. What is that? Oh, that's the bottom part of this front door. Oh, nice. Now it's nice. I think it's nice. So now our little L-shaped building is ready. How do I remove that? Okay. Now it's ready. Maybe this chimney is a little bit too high, so I G and Z move it a little bit down, hit save, and yes, this is a house I created in Blender, and now we will have a look how it looks in the game, and of course we can make some adjustments later with the texture and everything else also. So let's jump to the game. So now we are in the game, and let's load game and load this new map 5, and let's see how our little building looks and whether we created something great or not so great, or whether I did it right or not. So this is the same little world. Let's go here to the edge of this map, and I created also a small little icon, L-shape A, so this is that building. I did not put this part in this video while I created this little heads-up display icon. So let's select this one, and let's hit a wander button, so this place is now a city. That was a little cheat code, and this is how the building looks. Maybe it's like a little Tetris element. It's not a Tetris shape because I think it's forbidden to use that, maybe because Tetris elements are copyrighted, or I don't know. I don't really know whether I could create this 3D version of a Transport Tycoon or a Transport Tycoon inspired game in 3D. But let's put this house here, and I think it looks great. It looks nice. It's a little concrete building. Maybe the windows are a little bit too bright, so we can see them so great. You know, those back windows we hardly can see, so maybe some adjustments and some other colors. And I'm not sure, maybe I will make this building a little bit taller, so I maybe will add just some pixels or some millimeters to the bottom part of it, because I forgot something. I forgot the fact that if we create a building, for example here, at an uneven place, then now as it has nothing beneath that surface, now it's in the air. And that's why I made, for example, at all the other buildings, for example here, now you see that I have a part which goes into the ground, so now you don't see that part, and now you see that part which goes into the ground. So I will make this at this building also. You see we have this at each and every building, and I don't have this at the depots yet, so the depots also float in the air, but I will fix it. So let's now fix this, that these buildings should have something beneath them. So now we will fix that, and after I fix it, we will jump back here to the game. So now we are back in Blender, and now I am in edit mode and select all these faces, just the walls, and I think if I hit Shift D, now I copied these and I hit Z, and now I move this beneath the house with -2 or -3, sorry, -3, that's too much, so -2. Oh, I messed this up. G, Z, and -2.5, no, 2.4. I don't know why this isn't -2, because I thought this is a 2 sized building. Let's hit Z and move it with the mouse, so I don't know how small this is, but okay, I moved this around, I mean beneath the house, and now I go back to texture mode and I open this new sub window and select here image UV. Okay, I reload the L shape. I don't really know if I should do this, and I have oh, now the problem is that these faces, okay, now what the only thing I have to do is that I move these faces. Okay, I selected all and I move these G, Z up here. Like that, maybe here. I could also scale this, because, but I don't scale this, I move this up here to the corner. So now it's okay, but I will use a deeper color to this bottom part. Okay, now it's perfect. Now it's perfect, and now it's good to go. And okay, I don't think that I do anything with the textures now. I save this, and let's jump back to the game and look how it looks. Okay, now we are back at the game, and let's select buildings and this L-shape A, and of course at a even place it looks like the same it looked before, but at this angled level it looks like this. So it's not floating in the air, it has a bottom part, I don't know how it's called in English, and it's lowered to the ground. Well, for me it's great. So this was for today. I'm still learning Blender, and maybe in the next episodes, in one of the next episodes, I will talk about what kind of softwares I use to develop this little game. And I will also talk about the main reasons deeper why I use Blender 2.75. And I also did not forget when I promised you that I will show you how we generate a new land, how we search and create places for cities, how we generate the place for the cities, and so on. So those episodes will come also, but today I just felt like to create a video like this. So this was a beginner with Blender. So have a nice day, and please subscribe if you like my channel, and see you next time. Bye bye.